Hi guys, I'm Patrick. Hey, I'm James. And this is Two Guys, One Cup. And we have three special guests today.
Yeah, we
Patrick, we got Garrett, we have Glenn,
and Jake.
and Jake. Why did you say it like and Jake? Why is it and Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Jake, I'm sorry. That was really disrespectful. A man with a beard like that deserves a better introduction.
That's okay. I'm not worried. Thank you.
We got Garrett Tupper, the lightweight shield holder of Vermont.
How's it going?
And then we got the man that made the champ right next to us. Greatness came out of his dick. Think about that.
Wow.
Glenn, you got to be so proud of yourself. Like, you're a stud of a dude. I'm just going to get that out of there. Like, shredded like mozzarella cheese. And then that little guy came out and did the same thing. I would have loved to see Glenn.
He doesn't.
I work outdoors. He works in the gym.
Ah. So what you're trying to say is your son's got the show muscles, but you got the go muscles. This is what I'm hearing.
I got some sore ones today. I tried following his workout today, and we warmed up, and then we did some what do you call it?
1 rep matches.
Yeah, 1 rep matches. And my wrist and my elbow and everything's a little achy.
Yeah, I may feel the same. Yesterday was my table day. I'm kind of in that same situation. And then we pulled. So I usually do my table day, which is like 6 reps, 4 sets, and go pretty hard. And then we pull at Joe's. And it sucks. You ever pull Sean Weber after working out super hard the morning before? It's not fun.
No,
I mean,
just
they get the
Bill.
whole Bill saying, so they know what it's like.
Yeah, similar.
That's similar.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even bring up. So, what is this conversation about? Can you guys fill me in why we're doing this podcast?
Well, no, we know why.
No, but maybe the people don't know why.
Okay.
Trying to promote Vermont Legacy Shield events.
All right. And what are you two? What's the significance of you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the first lightweight shield holder, and I got that from going through the tournament to qualify for that 0 to 170, and I qualified and pulled Jamie, and I ended up winning that. So, and then my dad qualified through going through the tournament, and now he's the #1 contender. So
Yeah, he did. Wow. Congratulations, Glenn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For you made it through. And now you guys can pull each other just like every single time you go to a tournament.
Yeah.
yep, first people up every time.
It's like every first match. It doesn't matter when you sign up. You guys always end up like first match, boom, together. So
Yep.
it's fun. So how are you feeling? Are you pulling each other? Or are you kind of like saving your hand and not touching each other's hands and just waiting?
No, we've kept it pretty much the same. Like, we still practice a little bit together and stuff.
And you're both lifting together. How cool is that? I couldn't do that. I'm such a piece of shit, dude. If you were 1 rep maxing and I had to pull against you in a tournament, I'd be like, you could do 10 more pounds. And about the time you're about to fail and hit that bar, I'd be like, oh, dude, I tripped. I'm sorry. Better luck next year. But
Well, you could beat your dad and make him cry anyway. So
yeah, but this is about these two great men right here. I'm so pumped for this match. I really am.
yeah.
Glenn, so be honest with me. Are you gonna be like, my boy, I've taken it easy on you. I've let you get to where you need to be. I've let you build a name for yourself. But you got to remember who made your little ass.
Yeah.
And you are gonna full on dad move this boy at the first round. You're gonna nod. You're gonna shed a tear and be like, "Not today, son." My life will be fulfilled if all this takes place.
What's the confidence? What's the confidence level?
Yeah. How are you guys feeling about this match?
Glenn, if you want to go first, that'd be great.
I think I got my work cut out for me to get a win on this guy. He's gotten so strong, and he's really came a long ways in the last couple years. I used to be able to get a win on him left-handed, but I haven't in quite a while. So
yeah,
maybe
Lemoyne.
Lamoille, I got lucky. I went on him left, and I just got healed up about that just before that tournament. So, and I got a win on Jamie Garrett and Eric Fist. I beat him twice in a row, and I've never arm wrestled him, like gone all out and finished a match with him until that Lamoille tournament. And he'd lost a lot of weight, so he was a little bit fatigued, I think, but I got lucky that night. I was feeling pretty good left, but since then I haven't been on him right or left.
Well, healing. You said the magic word there. I was healed. So you gotta make sure you're healed.
Yeah.
Here, that's a real question between all of you guys. When you go to a tournament, what percentage are you at when you're actually pulling? Like 0 being not good, 100 being 100% healed. Like, what do you show up at most of the night?
Jake can go first.
You're saying like, how do I myself, like, where am I at mentally?
No, not mentally, physically. Like, how are you coming to the table, like tournament wise? Are you always 100%, or there's always a little injury somewheres?
I mean, to be honest with you, I'll try to stay on task here, but like Winter Blast, for example, we all rested. We had as a team, because it was the 4 of us going down. This is from knowing how we feel from I call it tournament season, when there's a fair every other weekend. That's when obviously there's like little aches and whatnot, and mostly I would say it's like soreness, the good soreness, you know what I mean, like from, it's not injury. But we don't care, because in tournament season, like the more repetitions and ready goes in competition is the best thing like possible.
Right.
So I don't Aiden had like said on the last one or whatever previous one that he doesn't rest for Vermont tournaments, and like, well, like neither do we really, but we definitely rested for Winter Blast. You know what I mean? My thing is like, and this is from going down to like Mass States, even like Badger's Christmas party. Like, you don't have to rest for it, but if you like, there's going to be good competition there, man. Like, you know what I mean? I want to show up. I went down to Arsenal Arms, man, and like, we have long practices. You can stay at Joe's, as you guys know, for well over an hour. And we leave like in the summertime, we leave when we have like sweat rings down to our knees. When we're training like that in the middle of the summer, sometimes we all go beat up. You know what I mean? But I'll pass the torch here to you now. Did you, Garrett, specifically, did you rest for Winter Blast?
Yeah, I usually rest like 10 days before a tournament.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I can't believe you said that. Mine's the exact same. That's what we did as a team, was 10 days.
Yeah, so we'll pull Wednesday, and then I won't do much besides maybe a little band work until the tournament.
Yeah,
But my right, like going into the tournaments for the past year, my right's always had a little bit of a kink in the wrist or elbow. So it's usually about maybe like 80% or so in the last year. But my left going into tournaments for the past year has been pretty much 100% and healthy.
You could tell.
Yeah. And I've used the left a lot more at practice once I kept hurting my right. So, and I pull more smart. I usually just obviously top roll with my left, so it's less prone for injury there. So my left's pretty good right now.
Yeah. And you as well, Glenn, what's your protocol usually?
I'm usually got an ache or a pain on one side or the other.
Do you skip a practice though? Do you like skip a practice before a competition?
Yeah, pretty much the same as Garrett, but I think I usually have a few more aches and pains.
Yeah, I go into every single fucking match except for Winter Blast feeling like a bag of smashed assholes.
Yeah.
So, I am not. I'm always my right elbow is always smashed. My left wrist is always aching. So I just don't know how to stop.
Yeah, bro.
We
Yeah, we know this guy. This guy's always hurting.
Oh, dude, I don't think I've ever went to a tournament 100% in my entire life.
No.
If I did, who's going to beat me? That's a different discussion for another day.
It's too much fun to go to war at
Right.
practice.
I want to get molested every day on the table. When I get to hold your guys' hands, I love it. I really do. Look at you dudes. Look at everybody.
Except last night you said you hate arm
I
wrestling.
fucking do. I really do. The only reason I do this sport is because there's guys that beat me. If I could beat everyone, I'd walk away with a grin on my face. But the problem is I gotta stay here till I beat everybody.
You're a smite puller.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. This is all ego for me. So
Oh God. Yeah, it's
But-
great.
Yeah,
Let's talk
it's a
about
very
this
humbling
shield.
sport.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think if you won every time, it wouldn't be that fun if you won every single.
I agree.
Nobody does.
You have to go somewhere else. So
Yeah.
So let's get into like the matches. We're gonna weirdly start with your guys. I don't expect you to talk shit to each other. It would be funny if you did.
I solemnly want shit talking. I want honesty.
So we're gonna start with that. We're gonna start with you guys and Jake, and I want to know who you two think are gonna win between the two of you. And I know it's awkward. You're like sitting next to each other, but if you guys want to start, you can pick who goes between the two of you, and then we'll go with Jake.
Okay, I'll go first.
Mhm.
So right-handed, I don't think he'll get a win, and left-handed, he might squeak one in. That's my thoughts.
All right, and Glenn.
Hey, you can hit him, dude.
It's pretty accurate, I think. If I could get one win on him left-handed, I'd probably be doing good, to be honest with you. He's gotten so good left, and he's really, he's strong both arms. But the right hand, I don't stand a chance. And left hand, like he said, if I can get lucky and get a good position on him, I might be able to get one win on him.
Well, all I got to do is hook him. You just hook him.
Yeah, yeah.
Hook that right. I know good luck, but hook it. And then you
one
Jake,
one other thing that I have on him is I've actually done the super match format. My dad's never done that format,
Yeah.
and I would say my endurance is a little better also.
For some reason though, I don't think endurance is a problem with Glenn. I just don't see that with you. You're very, very fit. And yeah, you've never done it before, but I don't think I've ever seen you burn out in a tournament, even in a long match. So, and maybe there's like time under tension and all that stuff. And if there's flash pins, it's definitely not going to, but like, I don't know. I think you could get a couple wins.
I think the longest match I ever had was with Bernie a couple of years ago at Orleans. And it was about three and a half minute match. That was before we slipped out. And in the strap, I still couldn't beat him in the end. And I went to go get a drink of water, and I had to actually use two hands to get a drink. My arm, I couldn't even move it on its own.
That's awesome.
Oh man,
That was a crazy match.
Yeah,
Glenn, how do you feel about going into your first super match? Best of six, both arms, and you got to pull all six. Like, are you nervous or like are you excited for it?
I'm excited and nervous. I'm hoping I can last. The matches right-handed will probably be a little bit quicker than the left-handed, but I just hope I can.
Not if I bleed you out.
Yeah. I just want to be able to keep up the endurance the best I can through all.
just jab him. Just go right across the table.
Yeah, be like, ruin his career. Be like, listen, son, I love you, but
Jacob, what do you think about the match? Who do you think is favorite? We've already had this conversation a bunch of times. So.
Yeah, no worries. Garrett obviously gets the heavy favorite, but I'm actually gonna kind of like answer it without answering it. You guys know the betting formats for a lot of the super matches where like only the guy that has the worst odds only has to win one.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
it's
Yeah.
just
If that was the format and I was a betting man, I'm taking the
Right.
bet.
Yep.
So again, here we can start like this was getting a little wild with it. So like I win 1 out of 12, or I have to, it has to be left hand or right hand. I'm taking that bet. You know what I mean? Of course. And so yeah, I'm basically just coinciding with kind of everything that's already been said.
yeah. Agree. And then we're opposites because I've got Garrett.
I got fucking Glenn. Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. I love both of you. Garrett, you're a sex appeal machine. But your old man, dude, I'm on dad's team. I'm always on the dad team, bro. Glenn, I'm gonna like transfer all my energy to you at
I
this tournament.
appreciate the support.
I'm in your corner.
I need
I'm
it.
gonna talk so much shit to your son while you guys are pulling. I'm gonna be
Actually-
rubbing your traps. I'm like, murder that little bitch, dude. You
That's
got him. You're in his head. You're in his body. You made him.
You
You
may
made him.
upset him by doing that.
Who's
I don't
gonna?
know. I'm
Who's
just.
gonna?
I'm
Sorry,
so hot.
if you guys are pulling each other, who's gonna corner you guys?
Ah,
I don't know.
corner each other. That'd be so weird.
I'll
Bro,
have to
if you did that, if you're like, Dad, listen, this is what you're doing wrong, and you're like,
No, get
Garrett,
the
this
King
is
brothers.
exactly what you're doing right.
That's funny.
That's funny.
You got to get the King brothers. So if Dad and son
There you
are
go.
doing it, you got to get the King brothers to corner you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna want Colin because Carson sucks.
I don't know. I learned most of the things from Colin and Carson. So.
Yeah.
no.
We definitely learned a lot from those two. Bills. So
Me too.
Colin's
Really-
really smart kid.
Yeah.
Colin's pretty smart.
Carson's smart as well.
Carson's all right.
So let's move on to the second match. This is a weird one. We've never actually we've gone over it. No, it's time to go to the second.
Let's no, we can do this. Middleweight shield holder. Come on, let me grab it.
Oh man, you're gonna knock everything down.
Give a shit. Look at that.
Show it off.
Dude, the
I
champ
see
doesn't.
yours in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's number one. Do
Numero
it, Ricky
uno.
Bobby. Number
You're
one.
not first, you're last.
You don't see Big Red. Fuck you. What? Saturday night. All right, so you got Jake Randall. We got to come up with a name with him. What does Jake do for a living?
I'm pretty sure he. Don't quote me here. I think he's a stonemason, but I've heard he also runs.
He's a landscaper.
He's a landscaper, hardscaper, I think.
I absolutely he's a landscaper.
But he also runs a team of horses. Like I think at like Lamoille Valley and a couple of the other ones, if they schedule arm wrestling at the same time, I'm almost positive I heard that he does horse pulls as well. So he, all around.
And then sugaring.
Jake, the horse trainer, Randall versus Patrick Weeks. Did we ever come up with your nickname?
I don't know.
One day it'll stick. We'll just figure it out. This tournament, we'll find out.
There is a crazy wolf picture in my office, and someone tried calling me.
Oh, you have a
beast.
wolf on your shield.
Yeah,
like,
but someone tried like how does that
How
work?
hairy are you?
Not very.
kind
Kind of trim it. If I don't trim, I may be hairy.
trim, like a razor. Do you like razor your
No,
chest?
I don't shave my chest.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna carry this on. So, what do you guys think? Don't hurt his feelings. Hurt his feelings. He needs to hear this.
Well, I was gonna say, can I go first real quick?
You can go
Uh,
first.
yeah.
This is because I watch all of these. I hear everything that you say. And then while I'm driving into work, I connect it and I listen to it while I'm not kidding. I'll go back and listen to it later while I'm at work with headphones in and whatnot. No one thinks that the middleweight shield is fake. Okay.
Yeah, Dave is like the only one.
I swear to God, dude, I don't make this up. I've heard people be like,
no one.
it was probably
but here's the thing.
natural. It was
Here's
probably
the thing.
natural.
No, I'm literally here telling you it's not. Here's the thing though, is that like you guys, I actually heard you guys watch the UFC, right?
Mhm.
And they say that you like Strickland recently, you're not a true champion till you defend it once. And so that's just the that's kind of my thought process with it. So I'm not taking anything away from you. That shield's sitting on a guy's mantle right there and hanging from a shelf right there. You're the champion. Dude, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't. It's literally in both this one, and we'll talk about it again. I assume for the heavyweight class. It's literally like the guy that trains versus like the classic. I don't want to just keep saying redneck, but that strength category that, like, listen, man, Ozzy showed up and Jake showed up and literally qualified for both divisions. Neither one of them go to practices. So like for me, it's big motivation. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I just, when it comes to predicting the matches, man, both of them, like, I have no clue. I can literally see it being left hand, right hand, who gets tired first. Depending on which arm you start with, like how tired does anyone get if they start lefty? Is that an advantage by the 12th match? If you're dog tired and then you have to pull your bad hand, you know what I mean? How much is that going to affect it? And so
Right.
I 100% think the middleweight. Do you want like an official prediction?
Yes.
Or
This is an official
Um,
podcast.
it is. And
Unofficially messed
Have
up.
you heard the name of this
oh
podcast?
yeah. It took me a minute to get it. I'll be honest with you. I had to think about it for a second as to why it made sense. I mean, I get it immediately for obvious reasons, but the cup,
Why do you get it?
it's the subtle nod to a part of arm wrestling. That's where it connects.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I said the other one's obvious. We don't need to talk about it.
Makes me want chocolate milkshake.
Sheesh.
Okay, keep going.
The prediction. Oh my goodness, I don't even know, because I think that Pat is strong enough that, like, by matches 3 and 4 in both arms is where it's going to be decided.
Dude, if I feel anything like I did for Winter Blast left,
Yeah. And dude, if you,
That was
well,
insane.
that's, I have actually, I've never seen footage. I saw you guys had like a video of Jake. I've never, aside from watching him pull live, you know what I mean? There's nothing to watch.
Yep.
And so that's tough. That's tough to study. You know what I mean? But I also think, if I'm all right, how about this? If I'm leaning one direction, I'm leaning towards Pat. I think that the potential for Jake to go up there and smash is definitely there. Here's my thing. Aiden is like, I think he loves the sport in a different way. When he says, I would work on my defense, if it was me, I'd work on my defensive hook. The first thing I started thinking, I was like, well, there you go. You know what I mean? But if his wrist gets tired, I know you were saying like maybe top row, dude. If you feel your wrist turn a little bit, man, we're top rolling. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have one. I'm sorry. I've been rambling. You guys should give your prediction. Give me a second while they do it. I'll like jot some numbers down and I'll come up with official numbers if you want
do
it.
some math. All right,
Yeah,
Glenn,
yeah.
what do you think?
What's up?
No, what does Glenn think? We'll start with Glenn. We'll go right across for us.
I mean, you're both really strong. You're training. He's not. So you're probably gonna end up. You'll probably be able to outlast him. I think the endurance part of it, because you're training all the time. And I used to pull like him like once a year at the fairs, and I was good if I got if I got the guy right down. But I don't think someone that's training and they've got the endurance, they're gonna be the one that ends up on top in the end.
Right.
But I mean, he's definitely strong and fast, and I've seen him arm wrestle, and you'll want to be ready for him. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, the speed is there. That's the thing.
Yes, he's very fast and strong, and the two together, you're gonna be ready. Want to be ready.
Yep.
Yeah, I think for right hand, he might get like a couple quick pins on you, but if you adjust right and get in your lane and in your press, and I would say for you, like if you do get in your press in a comfortable position, instead of just pressing him right down, just lead him out. And then,
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
And then,
So, and then for left, it's hard to tell because I've only pulled you once, both arms, and I've never pulled him. But your left has seemed to level up recently, so, and his didn't look like super impressive in the last tournament that Thomas put out there, the Shield one where he qualified. So,
Yep.
I would say like right hand will maybe be like 3-3, but left he might get one on you, but that's just a wild guess because it's hard to really tell. But in the end, I think that you'll come out on top.
Yep. All right, Colton, this is my son. Who do you think's gonna win between me and Jake Randall? Cool. You gotta tell the camera who is
That's
it.
the right answer, right there.
Your dad will not hit you if you're honest.
Well, I won't hit him anyway. But...
Not to we're off camera. Dude, all I'm saying is everyone knows Jake and Ozzy Doley, both these guys are wicked strong dudes, blue collar, rugged guys, right? But I keep saying this. Most rugged dudes that don't really train, but just go to tournaments and win, it's just about muscle connection. They squeeze their frame together, they wait, they load, and they just drive like this. But it's all connected. Because what do you do when you work? You don't go grab logs and go, oh, really isolate the bicep. You go, fuck this, dude. I got to do this for 12 hours. I'm going to use my legs, you know. I'm not trying to work hard. I'm trying to work smart here. So I think that's what they do on the table. It's correlate, do it as efficient, as fast as you can. But in saying that, I've never seen Jake do anything else besides slight cup side pressure, right? So, like you just said, Pat trains. So if you know what he's going to do and you're a smart arm wrestler, theoretically, he should be fucked. Theoretically. Now, here's the question. Is the strength difference with that side pressure the factor? I think that's the big factor.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think if you're smart, dude, and you hear go and you just get that shoulder here and you get him in you, but you don't let him touch you, I just talk shit. I'd be like, where are you going? He's going to get mad. He's going to keep surging. He's going to blow his load so hard in the first round.
And then you're going to be back up in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not like a tournament. That's the thing. And the other thing is, like, even when I was going with Sean, like, squeezing each other's hands and
the setup, you know.
You can get into a strap. Like, there's just so much. That's the question. If I can get into a strap, it'll make a difference. So,
Yeah.
We need to ask this. Garrett, how did you feel your first super match against Bird? 6 rounds. Like, did you feel like you were fine, like, as far as endurance, or were you kind of like, holy shit, like, starting to get pumped? Like,
you look fine.
You look great.
No, I was. Yeah, when I looked back at the video, it looked like I looked fine, but after the third round right-handed, when I lost the third round in a row, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't know about this because I was really gassed and really blown up.
Yeah.
But I must have just had just that little bit extra endurance over Jamie. And then yeah, but I was not feeling good, righty.
Would you say that no quit, even like when you want to give up, the guy that doesn't quit will probably win in a super match where it's that close? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, strength and endurance come into play with that, but yeah, with the no quit like mentality, like Bill really pushes me at practice, like to just go over and over. Even when I'm like, oh, I'm dead, I'm done, and he's like, no, do it again, do it again, do it again. So that's helped my endurance. But yeah, and then lefty against Jamie.
Right.
I don't know if he had like some injury or something, because at Orleans, he beat me 2 out of 3 times and was like really tough to beat. And then at that other one after the first round, my left felt pretty good the rest of the matches there.
I think the first 3 matches, I think Garrett was just defending himself, trying to defend himself, and Jamie was working so hard to beat him, and he did 3 in a row. But I think he wore himself out doing it. And Garrett, like he said, he must have had just a little bit extra, and then he came back and won the next 3.
Well, he was smart. And
from what I was watching when I was commenting, was I thought Garrett was intentionally just holding, keeping firm, and just breaking Bird down. Because what I was really impressed with, you were able to, for some reason, I don't know why Bird's dumb, or if you were just able to control the match, but Bird normally cups deep and goes hooks. He was outside doing this, and I don't know if it's just because your wrist is so strong or your rise was just keeping him out. But as far as technically going, dude, I was like, wow, he is master classing right now. And I couldn't believe it as your first super match. Bird's got way more years on you. And you held great in the fire, dude. It was really impressive. I really enjoyed that match.
Right.
That whole last tournament was awesome.
Well, it helped because I pulled him like 3 or 4 times, maybe a couple times more than that before the event. So like I knew I didn't want to go on a hook with him. So I was just rising and pronating as hard as I could because I didn't want to go in a hook with him, obviously. And so I wasn't purposely like trying to defend and hold off and wear him out or anything. I was trying to get the pin, but it just ended up like that.
Yeah. Did Jake get his math done?
No, did you get your math done, bro? Come on.
I did. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Hit it. I have right-handed Jake 4-2. I have left-handed Pat 4-2. And it's gonna win on the coin flip. Whoever wins the coin flip picks the arm.
No, well, it depends who's burned out too. At that point, it's who's tired.
I'm kind of answering without answering again.
He's giving some numbers. I like the silver bullet round. Silver bullet rounds means it's awesome.
I know, but it's tough to lose. I say that like maybe it is what it is. Like Richard's gonna go over just like last time, all of those little scenarios that pop up, like 4-2, 4-2. I mean, how far away yours was? What it was 5-1 and 4-2. So you were only 1 win away from going to a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just I don't know. Maybe there's a better system. If there is, I don't know it. Yeah, exactly.
I like the system. I'll tell you what, dude. You get in your head. I think Garrett can speak with this too. Is when the matches are going and you're doing the numbers. I do the numbers, and I think it's the worst thing to do while bowling. Is you're like, okay, I won this one. That's one. You're like, but then after you're really into it, you know what I mean? You're getting pumped. After the 4th round, you're like, shit, what round is this? How many wins do I have? How many losses do I have? You're like, am I still in it? Is it worth fighting for? Do I just go out like a pussy, or do I, leave everything on the table?
I just kept going.
And then in my mind, it was this like, I got to beat him once right. Everyone's putting him out. Garrett was one of the few people that said I could beat him. You motivated me so much. When I heard you say that you thought there was something there, I went, if the dude on his team's giving me a little bit of love, I was like, I got this, dude.
That win was for you, Garrett.
Yeah, I sold my soul for that right-handed match. But, yeah, dude. Again, I think it's the dog. Who wants it? Because he got the pin on me the 5th round left, and I was done. I couldn't feel my arm. Everything was pumped. And I was like, no, I need to win this last one. It's over, but I want this more than he does. And I really think it comes down to that in every match. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I believe Glenn can win this. I think Glenn shows up healthy, all heart. And, dude, I really believe in mindset. Mindset's a real thing. If Garrett shows up hypothetically and goes, I'm number 14 in the fucking country, my dad can lift my ball bag, I am the shit. And then he doesn't, you know what I mean? He's just going in like this is going to be a breeze, right? Hypothetically. And Glenn goes, you know what? That little shit walks around in my house with his boots on when I tell him not to. I'm going to make him look stupid in front of all of his friends, his family. You know what I mean? These are real things. Again, one more question. I know I'm rambling. Is there going to be any shit talking like on the table? Like, or is it going to be more quiet than Bird and you?
It's going to be more quiet.
Yeah, probably more quiet.
There's gonna be smiling. There's gonna be silent acknowledgments of "oh fuck." I think that's what I think that's what we're gonna see.
I will carry the hype for both of you on your match.
All right, we need to move to the last match.
Okay, let's go to the heavyweights. Ozzy Doley versus Vermont Powers, Colin King. And Colin King has now defended his title against a real good puller. So he
The
can be
best. The best in the state.
I'd say one of the best.
Yep.
I'd say one of the
No,
best.
no. I keep hearing that it's the best.
Who keeps saying this, dude? Because I appreciate
I don't know. I'll let you know when I remember.
it.
That was pretty impressive though against Colin, because he
Of
gives Bill.
course.
He's able to start. He's getting some wins on Bill in practice, so he's no joke. And to give him that kind of a run was really impressive.
Thank you, Glenn. Glenn, I watched the video after, and you were like, he said he was gonna maul you. You show that fucker, and I was like, Glenn, you bastard. Whose team are you on? And I was like, oh, he's on Colin's team. But I don't know. I love it, dude. And I love the sport. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? It's so much fun. And when someone's better than you, it makes you better.
Yeah. Especially when you have an adversary like in that division.
Right. That's why I keep saying I think Glenn can win, because Glenn's saying he's thinking maybe one, right? But that means Glenn, if Glenn hasn't given up, right? If you want this, Glenn, I think it's gonna actually make you level up. This match is gonna make you level up.
Well, if we can get our guys to go down to 170, I think that'll help them level up too.
I would love to see that too. But what the fuck is that? Oh, there's like a weird thumb thing. I'm not even fucked up right now. I swear to God. Anyways, super heavyweights besides the second best guy in Vermont, Colin King versus Ozzy Doley. What do we got?
You can go, Jake.
Me? Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to. Yeah, so I could probably just do the ESPN like rewind here on what I just said before. I think that Colin is the smarter arm wrestler. I think I'll make it shorter. I'll go the other way. I think that Austin has crazy strength. And so from what I felt at the last tournament, this was after him and I pulled each other and then pulled again just a little bit afterwards. His left, I think that I don't know. This is all speculation. I have no idea. Maybe he is just a lefty. You know what I mean? But his left felt like a fence post. His right, I don't top roll right-handed very well, I should say. And I got a little bit of purchase. I can't remember if we went to the strap or not. And he obviously beat me right-handed, but I got a stop that I was looking for. So I think that realistically Colin's gonna damn near sweep him probably. I think that Colin is more likely to sweep him right arm than left. And same thing. This is what I was talking about a little bit with depending on, I don't know. Again, Richard will go over it, but I don't know how it's decided if the champion gets to decide what arm you start with. And the only reason I say it is because if I was Colin and maybe I thought he's going to have a gas tank issue, then I would start right-handed to pull 6 matches righty and get his heart rate elevated, get him a little bit tired and fatigued a little, because if I think his left arm is stronger, then let's at least have his body a little more fatigued. But again, I don't know if it's a coin flip to decide, like it's random, it's 50-50. And so I think that Colin's going to retain his title.
I like what you're saying, Jacob. Glenn, you, sir.
Again, Colin trains a lot, and you get someone that's super strong, crazy strong, that is probably going to get a couple wins on him, but I don't think he's gonna be able to stand the 6-6. I don't think he's gonna be able to take it.
It's a lot.
His gas tank's gonna run out quick against Colin.
Yeah,
Colin did
Colin,
get that stop a couple years ago when Colin stopped him.
Left-handed.
Did run his gas tank out left-handed?
yeah,
And
that was
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, that was 2 years ago, and Colin has definitely leveled up both arms,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
The training that those guys are doing, it's probably gonna pay off against the guy that just does it, once a year
Right.
for sure.
So,
Yeah,
what
I
are your
think
predictions?
Colin definitely has the advantage in the gas tank, and his right's feeling really good right now. And
Yeah.
like the match at Vermont State, he really impressed me when he went against that guy, the Bull. I forget his real name, but
From Canada.
yeah, he was from Canada, and he had like 4 matches in a row, like all over a minute because of the elbow fouls and everything.
That
And
was
that
great.
really impressed me from Colin. And yeah, I think that Ozzy might get 1 win right-handed and maybe 1 or 2 left, but I think Colin's table IQ is really high, so he will adjust after the first match or 2 and figure a way to bleed him out or take control and have him bleed himself out. So I think he'll retain his title too.
I agree.
See, I was thinking about this more and more today at work, and I was like, you know what? Colin did say his top roll, and like he's not doing this anymore, and he's going to try to match center more, which I think is the smart move.
Right.
But
'Cause he can stop him here.
Ozzy's lever is longer than Colin,
Yeah.
and I've said it before, and I said it the last time when I was pulling him. I don't think Colin likes a hit. Ozzy, what does he do?
Yeah,
That boy hits.
Yeah.
He hits hard. So, and he's got the lever. So these are my speculations. If I was really thinking about this, if Colin cannot control the hand and he doesn't get in Ozzy's head in the setup, if Ozzy stays calm, keeps what he wants, and just waits for that go and doesn't fight him in the setup and doesn't waste any energy, and he gets that top rolling with a wicked hit in the first round. Now Colin's like, okay, I gotta adjust. I gotta get something. Second round, if Colin still doesn't get anything and there's no slowing down for him and he doesn't get caught, then it's, you know what I mean? Now you're in Colin's head a little bit. Because, you know what I mean? Colin hasn't been in the deep water in a while. And he did say he would like to, he'd like to get a loss or have someone push him so it'd make him better. But I'll tell you what, when you're up on that stage, like you just said, Garrett, and the third loss in the row comes, you're like, oh, shit. And especially when your best move doesn't work. Or if he's not able to get the cup in because, he's a wicked hooker. He's strong. He knows how to set up. But again, Ozzy's so tall. And if Ozzy does the smart game, I'd like to see. But Colin gets in his head, gets in the strap, and can stop the match and burn Ozzy. Colin's got it all day. But I think that's a real factor. If Ozzy can go through the hand fast and not fuck around, I think he would blow a lot of people's minds.
Yeah, I think Colin is smart and good enough to get to the straps too. So I think if he gets to the straps, like you said, he'll be able to hold on a little better and bleed him a little more.
Yeah. I hope Ozzy's been training straps because I know everyone knows that Ozzy hates the strap. So in my opinion, in arm wrestling, that's a real weakness if people know like you hate something.
They're going for it.
They're gonna, you know what I mean? If your knee's bad, I'm gonna kick you in the knee if we're fighting. I'm gonna give you a kiss when it's over, but when the fight's going on, that kneecap's mine. Going home with that kneecap.
If you're Chris Wyman, I'm kicking you in the gaff.
I'm gonna poke you right in the fucking eye.
Well, that happened last week.
Chris Wyman.
Double poke.
So okay, so we established all the super matches of this awesome Shield event.
Yeah.
Lightweight tournament. Who do we see winning the tournament? From
I think we're gonna hear something different from Garrett.
I know. I'm
Who
excited.
do you guys think is gonna win the 170?
What are you talking?
How I don't know. I mean, if Bird's in it, then obviously he's a heavy favorite to win that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you guys said, it'd be nice to see like a couple of your guys like Sean Tipper and who's the other guy in your group there?
Phil
Is it
Austin.
Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, his hand is really strong, especially
It's-
for how like short of time he's been in the sport. Because I after pulled with him at that New York tournament, and like it was hard to deal with.
He's actually been pulling for quite a while.
Well, he would pull at Franklin County, but he'd never leave Franklin County. Is this one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just did it for fun.
Yeah.
And he was always scared. And we should say this for a second. Anybody that's watching, if you want to arm wrestle or you want to get into a club or a team, everybody wants more guys on the team, more guys to pull.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid. Everyone's cool about arm wrestling. I mean, there's a couple dicks in the sea, but besides that, the rest are pretty sweet. So besides that, so you're thinking Bird is probably going to win it?
Yeah, unless some random person like Robbie Ketchum randomly showed up.
When I'd love to see him show back up.
Because he would come to Bills and
Bad
just
dude.
he'd come to Bills like once a year and he'd just flatten everybody, like besides Bill, fairly easily without even training. And like even right now, like he would probably be the favorite against me. Like, and he walks around at about 170.
Yeah. And Glenn, who do you think?
Nationals before.
Yeah, he used to be more into it, but
Yeah.
and like at field days a couple years ago, I saw him. He was watching the tournament. I was like, "Are you gonna pull?" He's like, "No, let someone else win this year."
Nice of him.
Bad dude.
Yeah,
All right, so over to the dad, Glenn. Who do you think is going to win tournament?
Probably Jamie, because I don't see anyone else there that's going to be able to beat him.
Yeah.
I haven't got a win on him since that, was it 2 years ago?
Lamoille.
Lamoille left. I haven't got a win on him. And Garrett and I are going against each other, obviously. So he's probably gonna take it for sure.
Okay. So not Colin's dad.
Not yet. He's still really good.
No love for the team, Nick.
Yeah,
he's feeling really good. Like his hands are actually really big for our weight too, and like for how short he's been in it. Like if I put myself back only 6 months into it, like he is pretty much, or maybe not even, he's above me when I was 6 months in. So he's definitely has a lot of potential for sure.
I love this dude's honesty. I want to say that. I really do. I love Garrett's honesty.
Yeah.
In a couple of years, that he'll probably be coming into it. I bet if he sticks with it and a couple of years under his belt, he'll be good, really good.
So maybe he can get. Let's see. I think it's good. I think if we got somebody who can, if there could be 4, 5, 6 people who are showing each other something, I like that in a 170 because it's been a 2-horse like carriage for a long time. So
yeah,
pretty much. It's been Garrett and Bird just battling it out over shit all the time. So and then Glenn, you're like third every time. So it's like it's a 3-horse carriage, but it's
but if you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Jake, what do you think?
TJ is gonna win it.
Okay. I knew it. Okay. I had all my marbles on that. That's a bro right there. TJ's wrist is a real thing. I think it's his mindset, in my opinion. I think he's been beat by some of these guys, and he goes in maybe a little like hesitant. He's like, I've kind of been here before, in my opinion.
You know, I don't think you're wrong. I also think that it's tough, man. Like, you know, let's use the euphemism of a plateau. You can hit a plateau in a million different ways. And if that plateau is 2 guys called Burdock and Garrett Tupper, then you know what I mean. And you're in Vermont and you want to pull a 155 class and you got work to do, right? But when we went down to Pennsylvania, he was a unit. We only all of us pulled left-handed. None of us pulled right-handed. And he looked good. I'm telling you, I was really happy with he's been put, not that anyone else isn't putting in the work. I know that everyone else is training too, but yeah, man, TJ, I feel it. Everyone feels it. I think his time is now, and yeah, I'm obviously gonna be pulling for him.
I would like to see, just because he puts so much into production and point, like, dude, he's there from the moment you guys open that legacy tournament to the moment it shuts down. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
so dedicated into it. I would love to
That
see
was
him
a
have
good,
something.
that Pennsylvania was definitely a good boost for him.
I
I
agree.
think.
I agree.
He did really well there, and that right there should give him that little extra confidence that he was lacking.
I
And
agree.
he did really well there. I was impressed.
And
Yep.
and because what I always say is, every tournament is different, even if it can be the same people that go, which is what happens in our Vermont tournaments, but you don't always get the same matchups. And that's why, if you want my honest opinion, like the dream scenario, and take it for what it is, I'm spitballing here, so hang on. But if Phil Austin and Burdock get into a war, dude, you know what I mean? Like, and I also want to say too, that anyone who can cut down to that weight as well, the middleweight class, I have to agree. I think the middleweight bracket for competition is the deepest for sure, but the lightweight division's not that far away.
No, I think
You know what
it's
I
a couple
mean?
guys going down.
Right. And so that's why I also, as far as standings go, from the last tournament, it went Glenn obviously won. And then if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna mess this up. It was either Dalton or TJ Dalton, Phil, my team's Phil Beaudry, or it was Phil TJ Dalton or whatever. I have that mixed up, but all I'm getting at is that like that 3 through 6 spot. Phil Austin, obviously we can slide in there anywhere, but any one of those guys can do it. But I'm going with Tej.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta spring something up. If Sean Tipper cuts 3 pounds, he's 170.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's bad.
I'm on the same page. Yeah. And Phil, what does Phil weigh?
Phil Austin,
176.
yeah, and I told him, I said, dude,
176.
put a Bud Light down, eat a salad once,
and you're good.
And you're gonna go touch some men.
If he just took his boots off, he'd be there.
Right. I'd get naked to get 170.
Yeah. He hit 176 for Tri-State.
If I water cut now, I could probably make it to 170 by the tournament. Be great.
That's not how water cutting works.
I want to do this so bad, dude. I want to pull 170 so that I can pull Garrett for the late.
Why?
Wouldn't that be epic? I get to pull a ranked dude in the country. I mean, I'm still cheating because I would never make it to 155. So obviously I'd never be ranked. But it's been done before.
I guess.
I've pulled 170.
We got to get to the rest of the tournament.
I'm sorry. Middleweight.
We got to finish at some point.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying this, dude.
Middleweight tournament winner. This is great because there's so many who could win. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of out-of-state people because of Tri-State and because of Daytona happening at the same time. So I think we're going to be thin and more VT driven. We're going to have a lot more VT guys. So who do you guys think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Jordan.
I know who.
Jordan.
If he can pull it off left.
Oh,
that left is a problem.
Points matter here, boys.
Yeah. They do, and that actually is why I also think matchups, are key here. But that's also why TJ left and right cumulatively, I'm telling you, he's going to be there. Same, and Jordan, yeah, man. That I already said it. I know, but the middleweight division, Carson, you could say any of them, but it's going to be Jordan.
Huh? So you think Jordan wins? Glenn, what do you think?
I think probably Carson.
Oh, different flavor.
I think Phil and Sean are still going to pull in that division. So I think that Tipper is a wild card in that. I think Tipper could totally win that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he's-
Yeah.
You're not wrong there.
I think Tipper is plenty good enough to beat all of those guys.
Honestly,
All right,
dude, if Elliott comes in healthy, his hand's feeling wicked. He could be a threat.
He's been hurt.
Yeah, he's been hurt, but you know what I mean? Like we said, dude, the middleweight class, you don't know. Maskell and someone gets in a war in the very beginning. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like any of these guys in the middleweights are slouches.
No, that's
So-
what I was saying is the same thing. If any of them get into a war in their first match, whoever is on the B side after that, you know what I mean? Good luck. It's murderer's row that you got to fight through to get back to what's up.
Jeff Garrow is pulling middleweight.
I was gonna say, and he probably will.
Who beats Jeff Garrow in middleweight?
I mean, like, I know Jordy beat him at Lamoille last year, but aside from that, you know, and that was after Jeff had a
Jeff has definitely leveled up from last year.
war with Jake. Who?
Jeff Garrow?
Oh my god.
From
Oh, sure.
last year to this year?
I mean,
Bad. Dude.
I think he's always been really strong, but
I think it's a setup. I think it's a setup.
That pronation. Every time he gets his pronation and the hook is absolutely.
No, I think it's just the setup with Jeff and the ready to go. Like maybe he's hesitant or he's not where he wants to be.
Yeah,
but
this is agreement in saying a different thing, but he's a really excellent slow puller. You know what I mean? Like he's strongest slow pulling. So if you have to hit him out of position.
And he said that if he gets out of positions.
Which is most guys though, right? Most guys, once they're out of their spot.
Sure, but you have to listen, man, like there's still, especially like after Winter Blast, there was no like hard hitting spots here, but like when I imagine myself punching into position, but not knowing where my strapped hand is going compared to where the other guy is punching as well, like, you know, you really have to feel connected and committed. You know what I mean? If you're going to go that way, you know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah, look, I got burned out in the first two matches on right and novice. Bad. But here's the thing. You must have all those videos. I was also pulling left amateur at the same time. Yes, I understand.
But you have that video of you beating that giant dude, right?
No, I didn't beat him. They called me on an elbow foul off the front. They stopped.
Really? Oh, I was watching.
I was on my way.
Yeah, I was watching from the other side, and that guy was massive.
6'8", 310. 19 years old.
Yeah, that's
like, who is this guy?
I wish I could have went. You guys could have talked so much shit. Like that's a big oak tree, but I brought a chainsaw.
Hey, let's all go to Keystones.
When are Keystones?
That's gonna be tough.
I don't want to get off subject. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure Jordy.
So
I think we're gonna go to Keystones. We'll leave it there.
Okay. So you got Jordan. Glenn's got Carson and Garrett. Do you got Carson as well?
So is Jeff pulling in that one?
But he can't qualify.
He can't qualify, but he can take guys out. So he can't even get in.
Oh, okay. Cause he's from New York too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it depends on the matchup. I would say, like, say Jordan and him getting a war first match,
right?
Then I would say Carson could be the favorite, but also like Sean and Carson could get in a war too, or all those could mix up. So it's hard to tell there, depending on the matchups, because those guys are all strong. So it's hard to really give one, but I mean, the last few weeks, Carson's hand and wrist, even in just the past 3 weeks, have felt like they've leveled up. So obviously, I'm going to go with Carson because he's on our team, and his hand and wrist has felt really good lately.
I mean, if I don't even know if is Tipper gonna make it.
I can't even say who's gonna win, dude. Again, it's so unpredictable on the
Yeah.
middleweight part, in my opinion. So unpredictable. Mindset, who shows up, what kind of matches happen. And they're all bad dudes. Phil Austin, bad dude. Elliot Gray, bad dude. Sean Tipper, bad dude.
Carson King,
bad dude. Hey, you guys need to
Justin
talk about
Florida
Richard
Massimo.
Clark. You're a terrible teammate. Richard
Me?
Clark's no slouch, right?
No
He's
one
not,
said he was.
but you never even mentioned him. You haven't even brought that dude's
Oh,
name up.
you know what? He's never beat me.
Richard?
Yeah.
Never, not once.
No.
I even in the first match I ever had with him in my life, it was left-handed, and I smoked him.
I think I recently saw that at the Masons Lodge.
No,
No.
no,
Oh.
it was at Lamoille, the first tournament I ever pulled.
Oh,
He's like,
gotcha.
your hand's strong. I was like, yep, and I it's Travis. So
Hey, at least he likes to talk to you. Richard
you know what?
Clark.
I don't get me wrong. I like Richard, but he's never beat me, so I have that over him.
Yeah. He's not a man
And
of
I
many
stopped
words.
in that left-handed match where I just stopped him, and I got to watch his face go like, "Oh fuck," that was great.
I mean, his left. I don't know how any of you guys beat him lefty.
Everybody
don't.
told me I was fucked and he was gonna smash me. So
I have no
Remember that?
idea
Hold on.
how anyone beats him lefty.
I found out who wins middleweight. I just figured it out. If you lose, I win middleweight. That's my piece.
There you go.
That's guaranteed.
oh, you jumping in middleweight?
That's your division until you lose that throne.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come run that for a couple days. What do you think? Or let's go right to heavyweight. What do you got? Man with a beard.
Right there.
Ooh, I forgot he was in that. Look at that, dude.
It's right there. It's this one.
Look at them fights.
There's a
Open the
bump,
oil line
okay?
back up. Huh?
All right, Garrett.
Garrett, let's see it. Let's see it. Everyone show your
Garrett or me.
All right, those muscles are for the boys. Now this is for the ladies.
I'm kidding.
Oh, boy.
I'm kidding. That's for the
Zoom
boys.
out.
Gotta
Too.
get closer so
For
it
the
looks good.
boys.
Hey-o!
Yeah. He's
Well,
got. He's
Garrett, I don't mean to call you out on national television of podcasting. You're natural, bro.
Yes, 100%.
Everything
I will-
on
I
you
will
is
vouch- I will
more
vouch for-
vascular than my cock. And that's all muscle. And you got me beat bar none. On my best day.
I'm not really that big. I'm just really lean, so people think
Really
I'm
good.
on
Okay, how big are your arms? Like bicep.
like 15 and a half. Not pumped up. I can get them to 16 if I get a good pump.
I'm gonna count that. Guess what? Pumps count. And for a dude that's 155, that's a decent friggin' arm.
Yeah.
That's a real arm, bro.
Good size. Well, yeah. Well, that's all that holding power. All right. So we're on to heavyweight.
Yep, he already said.
Right.
Jake says Jake is gonna win.
But what if? Okay.
Well,
What if you
No.
pull?
hold on. Now he says Jake is gonna win.
Yeah.
Glenn, who's gonna win heavyweight?
That's hard. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't know who's in it really. Who's in it? How many people about are going to be in it?
Here, let's do a hypothetical. Everyone that we can think of that pulls in Vermont shows up. Eric Preston, Big John, Josh Randall, me, Jake. You got Steve Durack. You got Ryan Austin. Dude, there's so many big guys that if they showed up, what a fucking super.
Guess it-
I'd say if Big John showed up, I think he would probably win it. I'd say he's insanely strong. Like every time I've pulled him in practice, it's like pulling Bill, but worse.
All right.
So
Yeah, I guess it depends on who shows up, but yeah, that Big John he's pretty rugged. Even for not train, he hasn't been training in the last couple years, so.
But if like the people that have been showing up show up, then Jake would probably be the favorite.
what do you got?
Well, I have you. So See, he's my teammate.
Oh yeah.
And he's
Well,
the best.
if he
Best
pulls
in,
it,
best in
are
the
you
state,
pulling?
best the whole time.
Are you
So-
pulling the middleweight or?
I'm only gonna pull middleweight if Pat loses, but Pat's not gonna lose. So then I'm gonna have to take care of business. And I'm being honest right now. The way I'm feeling and like the way my lifts are going, and I've been training seriously right now and like dedicated to it. I mean this 100% confidence. When I win this tournament, Colin is fucked. And if they're not gonna do it in 3 months, if we're gonna wait 5 months for the next tournament, I will pull out another tournament. I will sit in my basement and train hard and not get injured. And people are gonna hate me.
Well, we may pull it next time.
I am gonna walk Colin like a bad dog.
What? No.
I'm Shrek,
Good
he's
dog.
Donkey. No,
A good dog.
I'm Shrek, he's Donkey. And this is my fucking swamp. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I took pre-workout and I'm on like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. My heart rate's been arresting 100 beats per minute. Just chilling.
It'd be nicer to see a closer match than the last time.
I know things now. I know things he doesn't know.
Right-handed.
Oh, left hand, he's not ever touching me again. I made mistakes in the setup left-handed. Oh, but before that, once I win this tournament, my warm-up match is I got to smash his brother. Look at that little dude.
Oh,
muscle.
kid day.
But I got to smash Carson. That little shit owes me 6-0. And I think he'd be a good tune-up for me just to prove that point. Just get that out of the way. But I'm going to come in rainbow hair, American flag radiators, and I'm going to be a mean dude.
Oh man, like Dick Stone's teammate.
I'm going to touch you. I'm going to touch all of you.
Well, that's why I like the Shield event, because it's making all of us a lot better and grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Everyone's getting better. And again, when you know these guys are showing up, and if you want to win, what do you got to do? You got to give up because I'm going. I'm just kidding. You got to train. You got to get better.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
you
awesome.
definitely have a good chance to win it. If you're pulling in the heavyweights.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. I hope you keep that energy when I'm beating one of your teammates, and you're like, "You can do it, James." I can't wait to watch the YouTube video. You're like, "Fuck that kid, smoke that goofy Amish kid." But honestly, Jake, I'm super excited to pull you in this tournament because the way you pulled Ozzy, the way you pulled what's that guy's name? He's really good. Wayne, not Wayne. Roberts, Wayne Roberts, is it? No.
Oh,
Wade.
Wade.
Roberts. I was impressed the way you had a match with him. And I don't know. I'm super excited. I'm super pumped. I want all this. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I know where the competition is, and I know where it is that I'm like need to focus. And I am gonna like give me just like 35 seconds here, but like Jordy and I really prepared. Like Winter Blast was obviously the biggest tournament we'd ever been to. Sure, it's the biggest tournament
Anybody
like
has
period.
ever been to.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, records.
But I had been to some big ones before, and that's what I was talking about, like Rest, like Mass States, Vermont States, all that kind of stuff. Sure, but like we had a plan and everything. And so on Thursday, because we drove down Friday, on Thursday, as I was like going to leave my job, I looked at one of my coworkers and I was like, I've been resting for 10 days. I feel amazing. Like I feel like we've scheduled everything perfectly. And I was like, and I don't know who I'm gonna hook up with, who I'm gonna grab onto, but whoever it is going for a ride. And obviously, like Winter Blast didn't go as planned. We only got to pull Lefty, and like Dalton's fine. He had surgery, everything is good and everything, and I think we're all gonna like move on from this, but I still never got to check. Like none of us. I'm telling you right now, dude, Jordy was still cutting weight while we were driving down. So while Dalton would like crack on a prime drink, and Jordy would literally snap his head to the back seat and glare at him because he couldn't drink. And and everything was perfect. Like his weight cut was perfect and everything. So I'm just saying, like, now that's all been pushed to the Shield event. Like I feel the same way, man. I'm still rested. I went to the Arsenal Arms practice. It was top level. Aside from like Bill's practice that I went to, and then Joe's practices, like definitely one of the. And I did go to a practice down in Orlando. I forget the fella's name that had it, but Chance was there. Those levels of practices, that's what that Arsenal of Arms practice was like. A lot of good guys. And I'm just saying that that's how I feel about coming into the Shield event now, because I never got to do it. I still haven't pulled anyone on a real ready go right-handed. And whoever whoever it's going to be in Morrisville is going to go for a ride, because I only got to pull left and I went 4-2. I just missed a podium at Winter Blast left-handed. I lost to a guy who I'd beaten previously at Mass States. So I don't know. I feel good. I don't know who's going to show up, but if it's the usual suspects, and that's actually, now because I am rambling, I'll go a little bit more. There may be levels to this game and everything, but I don't think that Colin and I are as far apart as he thinks we are. I've got dad strength on my size, and he's losing mass daily, and so he can say whatever he wants. I'm gonna win this tournament. James, you should probably just enter the middleweight tournament, because you don't want none of this. And then it's gonna be Colin and I for the heavyweight strap, and we're gonna do it. And it's been coming. I don't want it to sound. I'm obviously like geared up here, but I've learned we said it earlier, dude. He's taught me. You know what I mean? How to be a better arm wrestler. But we're both invested in this, and I feel good coming into it. So in 3 weeks or so, we'll see what the deal is.
Yep. Awesome. I like hearing that.
I'm super pumped, dude. All right. I'm super pumped for this. And dude, you got my heart rumbling. Let's just do it right now. What do you say? What do you say? I drive all the way over there.
I literally, dude, I have to. I take like 20 milligrams of lisinopril in the morning, blood pressure medicine, and I get in my truck and I'm driving into work, and it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm listening to the podcast, and I was like, these dudes don't know. These dudes don't. I'm ready for it. Let's go. And that's why I also like. I'm just stoked, man. Vermont arm wrestling, right? Everyone pat themselves on the back, because we're all a part of it. Everyone that goes is a part of it. I'm stoked. I really am. For the event, for the Shield series as a whole, every single one gets better. The last one was awesome. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to calling your matches. Actually, while I have a pen. Oh
Can
my goodness.
Can I call with you?
Yeah. I wanted to say that is a couple things. Dude, Lucas stole my pen. I had a pen here. Glenn and Garrett, do you guys have nicknames?
Nope.
No.
Garrett's the Terminator. Everybody keeps saying he looks like the fucking Terminator. Garrett's the Terminator.
Terminator.
Garrett is the Terminator.
Yeah, but the
T1000.
No, yeah, it does. Garrett's the Terminator.
And then
I like it.
I was gonna say, Patrick, you got to come up with one if you want one.
Well, no, you can't come up with your own nickname. That's the problem.
I mean, that's true, but everyone kind of does.
No. Garrett's the Terminator. It's not even an option. He looks like the fucking Terminator, dude. He's old. Aiden says it all the time, and I'm like, you are right. He is Arnold goddamn Schwarzenegger at 155.
I don't know. I think Garrett, sex appeal, Tupper.
Nobody likes it except you.
I like it. Dude, I tell my girlfriend not to come to these tournaments because of that dick right there. Dude, the first tournament I saw you at was the cousin clash, and you walked in. I went, "This guy's just shitting on my day." I cut from 220 to 198, and I was like, "I look good." And then that dick walks in. I was like, "I should go hang myself."
All right, we gotta
All right,
get this up. We gotta show
yeah,
this up.
we gotta wrap this up. But
Do you guys have anything else to say, Garrett and Glenn?
yeah, let's hear it.
I'm good.
Just a shout out to the Bohannon and Richard, the gravel promotions for putting it all on, setting it up, and making it a thing.
I know I keep walking into my gym and I put the poster up, and I didn't know if it was going to be taken down, but they like me, so they left it up. So it's been in fitness zone for like the past how many ever months since I got the poster. So
Nice.
I want some jack dudes to show up so I can molest some jack dudes.
stop molesting.
I'm gonna molest everybody on this table.
Okay, with that, I think we're done, guys. Thank you for coming on.
Hey,
Really appreciate it.
No, we really
Thank
appreciate you guys.
Thank you for
It's
having
awesome.
me.
Thanks for taking your time.
Dude, we love all you guys. You guys do. You make the sport better. And I didn't get to say it, Garrett. Congratulations on being a ranked puller, both arms.
Yeah,
Thank you,
represent.
Garrett, man. Big time.
802.
It's a good and bad thing. Now I got a target on my back.
No,
Yeah,
now we gotta
smash
get
them all.
you. Now we gotta get you a super match. Maybe we could talk to Steve Fernandez and see if we can get you a super match.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
That'd
you
be
should
cool.
have super match for number one. I think you got it.
Yeah,
Dude,
Chris Michaels is like a
Yeah.
couple above me, and so I wouldn't want to go against him yet. I'd want to go like maybe one above or one
What do
below.
you think? You think like Black Ice would be a good super match?
He fucking smoked Black
He
Ice.
did, but it's
Well,
a
I didn't pull against him righty though, so
Huh.
You didn't need to because you
Alright,
beat the guys that beat him. You beat the guys that beat him. The
yeah,
guy
but
that
stop.
won, you took advantage of the guy that won the first time.
okay. You're being
No, I
you're
did.
jumping on it.
He's-
You're jumping on
He's
it.
awesome.
Okay,
I'm gonna
but
riz this kid up.
You got to pull the people above you to get up to rank. up.
Exactly.
And you got
number
you
one.
start lower and work your way up.
No,
Start
that is what kindergartners do. A champion, a real winner, a go-getter goes, I'm gonna grab that some bitch.
Really? A
and
smart
I'm gonna
dude
make
who
it."
likes his bicep detached doesn't just jump up.
You think those biceps detach? You just call it the fucking Terminator.
Everybody's bicep detached, even
Terminators don't have biceps.
All right.
Pistons.
Anyway, this
Hey,
was
two
two
guys,
guys, one
one
cup.
cup.
Thanks
Thank you,
again,
guys.
guys. All right.
Thanks,
I'm gonna-
guys.
We're just gonna stop recording and then.
Thanks for having us
I'm gonna-
on.